Coming in, you guys, it's day number 48 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. If you're brand new to this, I usually go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But today, you guys, I wanted to go on my ice bath a little bit earlier than I normally do. So there it is. There's all the beautiful ice. Big chunks of ice in here, you guys. I just broke up a lot of the ice. I usually go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, I wanted to see what it would be like to do the ice bath earlier in the day. So you guys know I generally do this around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and within a couple of hours, I am snoozing. I am out like a light. So typically that's what happens. So today's an experiment. You guys get to be a part of that experiment today, watching me. I want to see what happens because I'm a full, almost 3 hours earlier than I normally go live for the ice bath. And so let's see what happens when we go in. So thank you for being here. If you're used to joining me at 5 o'clock and you are watching this on the replay, I'm sorry I didn't let you know sooner. I always put on my stories what I'm doing for the ice bath. And so today I put it up early, but I didn't really give a lot of time. So I apologize if you're watching the replay and you wanted to see this live. I have a lot of people that watch me live at 5 p.m. every day. And please do watch me live when I go into the ice bath. But I wanted to see what would happen going in early. So I'm going to go in, as I always do, so you guys can watch that. And yeah, we're going to talk about what happens if I get sleepy a little bit early. This is going to be very interesting. All right, let's set this down. Tilt you down so you can see all the action. If you've never seen me get into the ice bath, this right here is 32-degree temperature water, and it's cold. Let's just put it that way. And it's got big chunks of ice in it, so it is plenty cold. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. That's backwards, so it's not 20, it's 5. All right, 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go. In we go. Okay, you guys, if you're just joining in and you just came in, you're like, what in the world is Jimmy doing in the ice bath this early? So yes, I'm about 3 hours earlier than I normally would be. I tend to go into the ice bath at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But today, I wanted to test what would it be like going into the ice bath earlier than 5 o'clock. So I'm here at 2:15. Almost 3 hours earlier than normal. And let me talk about it a little bit. So when I go into the ice bath at 5 o'clock, I get out of the ice bath, I talk to you guys for a few minutes, then I get off the ice bath, I dry off my skin of the water, I change out of my bathing suit and put on dry clothes. I don't really warm up, I don't turn on any heater, I don't really do anything to, quote, heat myself up. I let my body heat myself up. And so typically that's what I do, and then within about 2 to 2.5 hours, I am so sleepy So the argument is the ice bath lowering my core body temperature and that's making me sleepy? Or am I only sleepy because it's that time of day that my body would naturally be getting sleepy? So today is an experiment. I wanted to see, would getting into this ice bath early make me sleepier earlier? I don't know. I know that I have gotten into an ice bath earlier in the day. I want to say I did about 2 o'clock in the afternoon one time about 2 months ago. And I got in, and by 4 o'clock, I was so dead tired. I was so sleepy that by 4:30, I was in bed out like a light. And I'm not kidding you. I was sleepy. And it knocked me out. And so I've always been a little bit skittish doing this too much earlier in the day because I don't want to be asleep at 4 o'clock. I have stuff to do still. And so we're going to see. Obviously, physically getting in the ice bath at 2 o'clock is no different than 5 o'clock. What's going to happen in the aftermath will be the interesting thing. All right, I got just about 1 minute left on the clock. And yesterday, you guys watched me. I went under the water with my head, and I want to do that again. That was so much fun. That was so refreshing and relaxing. So let me lean up a little bit, scoot up a little bit. I'm going to plug my ears and my nose, and we're going to go under the water with my head. Here we go. Whew. That is a rush. Whew. That's cold too. You ever got the brain freeze from drinking something fast? That's kind of what it feels like on my head. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you guys for being here. And for those of you, again, watching on the replay and you're used to seeing me get in at 5 o'clock Eastern, I went in a little early today. Again, by design, I went in early. I am trying to see if doing the ice bath earlier in the day actually makes me sleepy. In the TMI department, I think a thing of ice just went up my, yeah. Either that or my bum is so numb, it feels like, I know, TMI. But anyway, see, I share everything with you guys. I think my butt is so numb from the ice because there was a sheet of ice at the bottom that it feels like I have a hemorrhoid. So I'll leave it there. Anyway, yes, let's see what happens having the ice bath earlier in the day. I haven't done this in a while. And since I started this challenge on January 1st, I've gone at 5 p.m. every single day. I've never gone earlier. So let's see what happens doing this a little bit earlier in the day. I don't know. Will I be sleepy? I guess I'll have to report to you guys tomorrow how this goes. Let's see who all's here. Oh, I see Lorraine is here. Haven't ever seen you on these ice bath videos, Primally Balanced. Bulletproof's here. Richard and Mary and Bulletproof says, go Jimmy. Dan and I'm a keto girl in the carby world. Thank you guys for hanging out. But yes, look, I hope I don't get sleepy because I don't want to be tired early. I want to go to bed at the normal time, for me, normal time, which is generally around 7, 8 o'clock. And so that's why I usually get in at 5 o'clock. And by the time 7, 8 o'clock comes, I'm calmed down, everything in my body. Of course, what this does, the reason why you get sleepy, by the way, is that ice bath lowers your core body temperature. This is why you'll hear different people say, hey, go into the shower before you go to bed, like 5-10 minutes before you go to bed, go in the shower, rinse off with cold water. Well, the whole concept is lower your core body temperature, because when your core body temperature drops, you're able to sleep deeper. Go to sleep, fall asleep, stay asleep, all the things. And so that's the reasoning for why being in an ice bath, which again, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, why that would make you tired. So I'm obviously very cold right now. My hands, by the way, almost all the way back. They're recovering a lot faster from the numbness. The toes are still rough. My backside's a little numb still, but my hands almost all the way back. But the reason you get sleepy after doing an ice bath, after doing cold shower, is because it lowers the core body temperature, and that's good for your rest. So we're doing this as a test today, you guys. I am very, very curious to see if this makes any difference in my sleepiness. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be taking my magnesium until later because I don't want that to be a confounding variable. Usually I take the magnesium and I take CBD oil right after I take the ice bath. Well, I don't want to do those things on a day that I'm trying to see if I get sleepy because of the ice bath. So I'm hoping I don't. We'll see what happens. It's definitely an experiment worth doing. And so, again, thank you to everyone who caught me early. If you're used to seeing me at 5 o'clock and you're watching this on the replay and going, oh, man, sorry about that. I just decided on a whim that I wanted to try earlier, and we will see what happens. I will definitely report back tomorrow what happened with the sleep thing. So yeah, that's about it. You guys have anything you want to say? I will definitely entertain whatever questions or comments you want to make, but I hope that maybe seeing somebody like myself get on camera and talk about cold therapy, not just talk about it, but do it, is inspiring you. And if it's something that you want to do for yourself, I highly, highly recommend you at least get into cold showers, or at least warm showers. If you take your hot shower and then at the very end, just pull it down a little bit to warm and start acclimating and go from there. There was somebody I was talking to today. They said, oh, I love your ice baths, da, da, da. And I said, oh, are you doing cold therapy? Oh, no, I could never do that. I'm like, really? You can't love it and then not want to try it or be curious about trying it. Jay Galt wants to know, are you tracking any stats for the ice bath? Your lipids, your weight, BMI, resting heart rate? If so, is there a way for us to follow and cheer you on? Also, thanks for doing this. I'm inspired. Well, thank you, Jay Galt. I'm really glad that you've been inspired by it. Can I tell you, I have done so much N=1 testing. I was doing N=1 tests when N=1 tests weren't cool. I did a lot of tests like that starting back in 2007, 2008, and I've done quite a few. Of course, I did a 1-year experiment of the ketogenic diet in 2012, which then turned into Keto Clarity. I've done fasting experiments. I've done all kinds of things where I quantified everything. And I got to be honest with you, I've done that for many years. I'm over it. I'm over it. It'll be obvious if I'm doing this every day, change is happening. I can tell you subjective things that have happened. Obviously, I have more mental clarity. Obviously, my sleep quality has definitely improved. Obviously, I have a mental strength and resiliency that has built up because of this. I mean, I know those things aren't things that you can quantify with a blood test, but I think we put a little too much stock in those things, always hyper vigilant about it. Not that I'm against blood tests and looking at weight, BMI, resting heart rate, lipid, all that stuff. I'm not opposed to that. You know that. I've been Mr. N=1. But I'm at the point in my life where I just want to live. I want to live, do things, and it'll become obvious that they're doing good things for me. So no, to answer your question, I'm not tracking those things. I am tracking my sleep using the Oura Ring. I am obviously paying attention to any changes in how I feel, and energy levels, mental acuity. All those things have gotten better so far. Obviously, one of the stated goals is I want to try to lose some of this midsection fat. And so I'm not going on a scale. I think the scale is stupid. But it'll become obvious the more I do this if I'm losing weight in that area or doing other changes that start to happen. So, but thank you. Thank you for asking about that. I would assume inflammatory markers are probably coming down, but again, I have not been checking those. You're supposed to get more insulin sensitive from this as well. So I would look for some of those kinds of things as well. But it'll be obvious again that the countenance of my health will be obvious. You'll be able to see it on my face. Bulletproof says, I've journaled so much lately about everything I feel and all the things that I take, but I have to take a break soon. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it can be a lot. And again, I don't fault those people. I love people like Dave Feldman that go all nerdy and do a million tests on themselves. And again, I did that over a decade ago, like consistently, almost 15 years ago at this point. Almost consistently was one of the few people out there doing these kinds of tests. And I've just gotten to the point where, all right, it's time to live. I did enough of those kinds of testing. Now just live and let the results of how you live speak for themselves. But thank you for that question. Looks like somebody had a question. What successes are you having with these ice baths? So I think I just answered that question with some of the things that I've seen. And look, a lot of it is subjective, but I can't fake energy. If I didn't have energy, I couldn't fake it on camera. I can't fake having mental clarity and being able to communicate very clearly. I can't fake the things that are changing for me. And I have a lot of people have said that they can see that the skin is getting a little clearer as well. That's kind of cool for people to notice that. Yeah, I feel like, how do you get into a 32 degree temperature ice bath every single day and not see something good come from it? It's going to be obvious. And more than anything, the fact that that is a very hard thing to do, get into an ice bath water. You guys don't realize, if you've never gone in that cold before, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freaking cold. So it's really cold. And like within a minute and a half, you're feeling it numb up your body. That's how cold it is. Have you ever taken NMN to increase your NAD? Not that you need to, but I see David Sinclair talking all about that in regards to longevity. Good question. No, to answer your question. But I obviously am interested in that subject of NAD. But no, I have not been doing that personally. Mary says, I can definitely see a difference since you started these ice baths. Yeah, like, see, it's hard for me because I have this big belly that just stares at me. And so I look at that and I kind of go, all right, one of these days that's going to have to give, because really a lot of my body, you don't see a lot of fat on my arms. I'm not fat in the arms, even my legs. You can see the definition on my calves. Like, all of that is good. It's just belly fat. And so at some point, something's got to give, and that has to start being mobilized. Parkman says, is avocado oil bad? Why would avocado oil be bad, dude? So, no, it's not bad. I don't know what you mean. All right, guys, day 48. And again, if you came in late, sorry, I went early with my ice bath today. I am doing an experiment. I want to see what are the effects of doing the ice bath about 3 hours earlier in the day than I normally would. I usually go live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So those of you that watch this on the replay on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you watch it, I do typically go live on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man over on Instagram at 5 o'clock. Jay Galt, have you or would you ever try the Wim Hof method as part of your cold therapy? So I've talked about Wim Hof before. Love the man. The dude is an ice king. Everybody thinks I'm the ice bath king. No, Wim Hof is. He's hands down the winner and champion and soul superstar. I'm just an amateur compared to Wim Hof. Now, as far as his breathing goes, I can't do Wim Hof. So again, those of you that don't know about Wim Hof, he's this jolly guy. Go look him up on YouTube. He's amazing. but he's got this breathing plan where you suck in air really fast and you blow it out really fast. And when you're in the ice bath, it's supposed to help you deal with the cold. So, and you do like a bunch of those in a row. And the whole point is to oxygenate your cells and to get your body primed. Well, the reason I don't like it is even just those 3 or 4 that I just did, I get dizzy. And so if you'll notice when I get in, I do a slow, methodical breathe in through the nose and I blow out through the mouth. And I do that for about a minute and a half or so, and I get calm. So I don't need the Wim Hof. I do know people that live by it, but not for me. Mary says the weight difference is prevalent in your face. I'm sure the belly will start to shrink too. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I would love to see it go down. I mean, it's big. So not for a lack of trying, Mary, as you well know. So yeah, don't pass out. No, I'm not going to pass out. It's I can't do Wim Hof very long. I do about 3 or 4 of them and I start getting dizzy. So not smart for me to do the Wim Hof. But look, if that works for you, I'm all for people finding things that can help them. And if Wim Hof breathing lets you get through an ice bath, then by golly, do it. I think slow, methodical breathing probably is good for a lot of people. And so that's something that I would highly recommend you try. And even if you go into like a cold shower, slow, methodical breathing while you're letting that hit you. And remember, it's not a physical thing. When you start reacting to cold water in a cold shower or in a cold bath, when you start reacting, that is a brain going haywire thing. And remember, it's a survivalist mechanism. It's not a bad thing. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Well, you're freaking out because your body is trying to protect you. Your brain says, look, something's different. And we want you to be aware that something's different. In case that cold water hitting you and making your body get cold isn't already jolting you, we're going to freak out up here to make you think about it. And so that's why people don't stick with this. It's why people get kind of, oh my gosh, I could never do ice baths or do cold showers. It's too much. Well, if you learn to use your breath appropriately and do that over and over and over again, you can calm yourself down. You guys see me do it every single day out there in that ice bath. Every day. And I'm plopping my body all the way up to my neck in 32-degree temperature water. And I'm breathing by design. I'm breathing to get through it. I'm breathing to relax everything up here so that the body can be relaxed as well. So that's what you do. And it's not as hard as you think it might be. So, but thank you guys for watching again. Day 48 here of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. And yeah, I will be back at the exact time that I'm supposed to be tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. But thank you for indulging me here today. Tina says, do you think your body feels more relaxed with the ice baths or with the hot tub? Just curious. Interesting. I'm in the hot tub more than I am the ice bath, so that's number one. More relaxed. That's a tricky one, Tina, because when I'm in the ice bath, I don't feel greatly relaxed. It's only coming out of the ice bath like I am right now where I'm able to have my body warming itself back up. And I dunked my head under a pretty long time today as well, that I'm feeling kind of chill from that in terms of like my brain, obviously literally chilled, but my brain is calm. I would say the ice bath, but the aftermath of getting out of the ice bath. Now, when I'm in the hot tub, it's relaxing. I enjoy it. I get a lot of work done in there early in the mornings, and I love it. But if I had to choose, I would get in the ice bath, and that aftermath, that's more relaxing to me. But I'm not getting in an ice bath a million times a day. One of these days, during this 365 days, I want to get in multiple times. And I think I talked about this before, where I get in for an obligate period of time. then go into my infrared sauna, which is right there, and then back to the ice bath, and then back to the sauna, and then back to the ice bath, and back to the sauna. It would probably be like 1 to 2 minutes in the ice bath, and then like 5 minutes in the sauna, and then back to 1 to 2 minutes in the ice bath. I want to do that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like for a set number of times, just to see what that would be like. And then obviously ending with the ice bath. I don't know what that would be like, but I've heard people doing something like that. And at the end of it, they're just like, ah. So that sounds pretty interesting to me. I guess the same could be done with ice bath to hot tub. I have gone into the hot tub after an ice bath, not since I've been doing this challenge, but in December, before I started this challenge, I just wanted to see what that would feel like going from the ice bath, 32 degrees, over to a 104-degree hot tub. It was intense. It was a weird feeling. So, and I've gone from the hot tub over to the ice bath before, so that's also a weird feeling. It makes the cold that much more intense. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching day number 48. I'll be back again real soon with another ice bath video. So we'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.